Let's learn about animal tissue. When we breathe, we can actually feel the movement of our chest. धक 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 ऐसा फील होता है ना जब हम लोग हाथ रखेंगे छाती पे. तो ये बॉडी पार्ट्स कैसे मूव होते हैं? वो कैसे मूव होते हैं? बिकॉज ऑफ स्पेशलाइज्ड सेल्स कॉल्ड मसल सेल्स. द कॉन्ट्रैक्शन एंड रिलैक्सेशन ऑफ दीज सेल्स रिजल्ट इन द movement. Now you understood why there is movement? Contraction and relaxation of the cell causes movement. During breathing, we inhale oxygen. Where does this oxygen go? It is absorbed in the lungs and then it is transported to all the body cells through blood. Where it is going? It is going to the all body parts. Because the cells require oxygen. Why would cells need oxygen? They need oxygen to carry out various functions. The functions of mitochondria we studied earlier provide a clue to this. What is the function of mitochondria? If you remember, it is the power generation. Power generation, how you can say, means it generates energy. Blood flows and carries various substances from one part of the body to the other. For example, it carries oxygen and food to all the cells. The function of blood is to carry oxygen and food to the cells. It also collects waste from all parts of the body and carries them to the liver and kidney for disposal. Okay, it will collect all the waste and it will give it to the kidney and liver to purify it, and then it will dispose it off. Blood and muscles are both examples of tissues found in our body. On the basis of the function they perform, we can think of different types of animal tissues such as epithelial tissue, connective tissue, muscular tissue and nervous tissue. These are all the types of animal tissues. Blood is a type of connective tissue and muscle forms muscular tissue. Blood is a type of connective tissue and muscle is a type of muscular tissue. Now let's learn about epithelial tissue. The covering or protective tissues in the animal body are epithelial tissue. Epithelial tissue covers most organs and cavities within the body. It forms a protective layer of the organ. It also forms a barrier to keep different body systems separate. And what does the wall do? It separates. So this is also doing the same work of the wall. The skin, the lining of the mouth, the lining of blood vessels, lung, alveoli and kidney tubules are made of epithelial tissue, right? Epithelial tissue is found in the skin, lining of mouth, inside of the mouth, lining of blood vessels. Epithelial tissues cells are tightly packed and form a continuous sheet. It is like a sheet of a paper. Book कैसी होती है वैसे होती है वो epithelial tissue. They have only one small amount of cementing material between them and almost no intercellular spaces. The spaces between them is negligible. Obviously, anything entering or leaving the body must cross at least one layer of epithelium. As a result, the permeability of the cells of various epithelia play an important role in regulating the exchange of materials between the body and the external environment, and also between different parts of the body. Since they are permeable, they allow exchange of materials between the body and the external environment. Regardless of the type of all epithelium is usually separated from the underlying tissue by an extracellular fibrous basement membrane. Epithelium is not connected with the basement membrane, it is separated. Different epithelia show differing structures that correlate with their unique functions. For example, in cells lining blood vessels or lung alveoli, where transportation or substances occur through a selectively permeable surface, there is a simple flat kind of epithelium. This is called simple squamous epithelium. The epithelia is divided into 4 types. First one is the squamous epithelium, which we have just seen. It is very thin and it is present in cells lining blood vessels, or it is called lung alveoli, right? And transportation of these substances occur through this thin surface. Okay. Simple aqueous epithelial cells are extremely flat and form a delicate lining. The esophagus and lining of mouth are also covered with squamous epithelium. They are very thin. थिन होगा तो क्या होगा, डेलिकेट होगा, बहुत नाजुक होगा. कहां पर पाया जाता है? ओसोफेगस मतलब फूड पाइप एंड द लाइनिंग ऑफ द माउथ. द स्किन विच प्रोटेक्ट्स द बॉडी इज ऑल्सो मेड ऑफ एक्वेमियस स्क्वेमियस एपिथेलियम. स्किन है, चमड़ी है, उससे वो किससे बना है? स्क्वेमियस एपिथेलियम. Skin epithelial cells are arranged in many layers to prevent wear and tear. Since they are arranged in patterns of layers, the epithelium is called stratified squamous epithelium. This is the second type of epithelium. Now we will see about the third type, which are very tall epithelial cells. They are present in the intestine, on the inner side of the intestine. How is the shape? The columnar epithelium facilitates movement across the epithelial barrier. It are like columns, like pillars. In the respiratory tract, the columnar epithelial tissue also has cilia, which are hair-like projections on the outer surface of epithelial cells. These cilia can move, and their movement pushes the muscle forward to clear it. The function of the respiratory tract, you know what it does, is to push the mucus out. This type of epithelium is thus ciliated columnar epithelium. Now let's see about the last epithelium, that is cuboidal epithelium. It is like cube shaped. Where it is available, it is present in the lining of kidney tubules and ducts of salivary glands, where it provides mechanical support. It gives strength. Epithelial cells often acquire additional specialization as gland cells, which can secrete substances at the epithelial surface. Gland cells means they secrete any juices or any special material. Sometimes a portion of the epithelial tissue folds inward and a multicellular gland is formed. This is glandular epithelium. कभी कभी क्या होता है, वो जो एपिथेलियल टिश्यू है वो फोल्ड हो जाता है और उसके लिए उसका नाम दिया है glandular epithelium. Now let's learn about connective tissue. Blood is a type of connective tissue. Why would it be called a connective tissue? A clue is provided in introduction of this chapter. It connects all parts together, so it is called a connective tissue. The cells of connective tissue are loosely spaced and embedded in an intercellular matrix. कैसे वो लोग दूर दूर है? They are loosely spaced. काफी गैप्स होते हैं सेल्स के बीच में. कनेक्टिव टिश्यूज जो है उसके बीच में काफी सारा गैप होता है और they are embedded in intercellular matrix. The matrix may be jelly-like, fluid, dense or rigid. जो सब्सटेंस है वो कैसा है? जैसा टूथपेस्ट होता है ना वैसा है. फ्लूइड है, फ्लूइड भी हो सकता है, डेंस और रिजिड है. The nature of matrix differs in concordance with the function of the particular connective tissue. Depending on the function, the connective tissue is categorized as areolar tissue, adipose tissue, skeletal tissue and vascular tissue. 4 types. Blood has a fluid matrix called plasma, in which red blood cells, white blood cells and platelets are suspended. The plasma contains proteins, salts and hormones. Blood has 2 types of cells, red blood cells and white blood cells, and platelets also are suspended. Blood flows and transports gases, digested food, hormones and waste material to different parts of the body. The function of the blood is very important. Bone is another example of a connective tissue. It forms a framework that supports the body. Yeah, it joins all the bones. It also anchors the muscles and supports the main organs of the body. The function of bones is to anchor the muscles and to support the organs like stomach, liver. It supports that. It is a strong and non-flexible tissue. Bone cells are embedded in a hard matrix that is composed of calcium and phosphorus compound. You know, bone is very hard, right? And it is made of calcium and phosphorus. 2 bones can be connected to each other by another type of connective tissue called the ligament. 2 bones are connected by ligament. This tissue is very elastic. Even though it is very elastic, it has very much strength. Ligaments contain very little matrix. Tendons connect muscles to bones and are another type of connective tissue. Yes? Tendons are fibrous tissue with great strength but limited flexibility. Strength is more but it is less flexible. Another type of connective tissue, cartilage. Right? I told you earlier also. There are 2 types of skeletal tissue. One is compact bone and the other is cartilage. Cartilage smoothens bone surfaces at joints and is also present in the nose, ear, trachea and larynx. We can fold the cartilage of the ears, but we cannot bend the bones in our arms. You see the difference? अपना कान है उसको हम लोग मोड़ सकते हैं लेकिन हड्डी को ऐसा मोड़ सकते हैं नहीं. Areolar connective tissue is found between the skin and muscles. Where does it found? Where is it found? Areolar connective tissue between the skin and muscles, around blood vessels and nerves, and in the bone marrow. It fills the space inside the organ, supports internal organs and helps in repair of tissues. Areolar tissue helps in repairing of the tissues and it supports the internal organs of our body. Where are fats stored in our body? Fat storing adipose tissue is found below the skin and between internal organs. It is found below the skin and the internal organs. Adipose. The cells of this tissue are filled with flat globules. In that fat is stored and it acts as the insulator also. Now let's see about muscular tissue. Muscular tissue consists of elongated cells called muscle fibers. They are long. The tissue is responsible for the movement of our body. Movement of our body is possible due to muscular tissue. Muscles contain special proteins called contractile proteins which contract and relax to cause movement. Movement is caused by the contraction and relaxation of the muscular tissue. We can move some muscles by conscious will. Muscles present in our limbs move when we want them to and stop when we so decide. अगर हमको चलना है तो ही हम चलेंगे, right? So they are dependent on the movement decided by the human beings. Muscles present in our limbs move whenever we want. If we don't want to walk, we will not walk. Such muscles are called voluntary muscles. These muscles are also called skeletal muscles as they are mostly attached to bones and help in body movement. They are attached to the bones, so they are called as skeletal muscles also. Under the microscope, these muscles show alternate light and dark bands of striations when strained appropriately. Striations are large stripes. As a result, they are also called striated muscles. The cells of these tissue are long, cylindrical, unbranched and multinucleate, having multinuclei. Means you have seen that all cells have one nuclei, but these have many nuclei and the tissues are long and like tubes. The movement of food in the alimentary canal or the contraction and relaxation of blood vessels are involuntary movements. We cannot really start them or stop them simply by wanting to do so. We can't regulate the movement of this alimentary canal, right? It is not in our hands. Smooth muscles or involuntary muscles control such movements. The muscles of the heart show rhythmic contraction and relaxation throughout life. These involuntary muscles are called cardiac muscles. This control of movement of the muscles is not in our hand. Heart muscle cells are cylindrical, branched and uninucleate, means they have only one nucleus. They are like a cylinder and they are branched. You know, trees have branches like that there. Compare the structures of different types of muscular tissues. Note their shape, number of nuclei and position of nuclei within the cell. Now let's see nervous tissue. All cells possess the ability to respond to stimuli. Any reaction happens, our body responds to it. That means the cells respond. However, cells of the nervous tissue are highly specialized for being stimulated and then transmitting the stimulus very rapidly from one place to another within the body. You know, if we touch any hot object, our hand is reacting and hand is taken aback. हाथ पीछे हो जाता है ऑटोमेटिक. कैसा होता है? बिकॉज ऑफ द नर्वस टिश्यू. द ब्रेन, स्पाइनल कॉर्ड एंड नर्व्स आर ऑल कंपोज्ड ऑफ नर्वस टिश्यू. द सेल्स ऑफ दिस टिश्यू आर कॉल्ड नर्व सेल्स और न्यूरॉन्स. उसको क्या बोला जाता है? न्यूरॉन्स. अ न्यूरॉन कंसिस्ट ऑफ अ सेल बॉडी विथ अ न्यूक्लियस एंड साइटोप्लाज्म. उसके अंदर क्या होता है? साइटोप्लाज्म होता है और न्यूक्लियस होता है. फ्रॉम विच long thin hair-like parts arise. Usually each neuron has a single long part called the axon. बहुत सारे उसके जो हेयर लाइक होते हैं, जो न्यूरॉन होता है ना, उसको काफी सारा ऐसा बाल जैसा होता है. ठीक है. एंड हर एक न्यूरॉन का एक लॉन्ग पार्ट होता है, उसका नाम है एक्सॉन. एंड मेनी शॉर्ट ब्रांच पार्ट्स कॉल्ड डेंड्राइट्स. और छोटे छोटे पार्ट्स होते हैं ब्रांचेस जैसे, उसको डेंड्राइट्स बोलते हैं. एंड इंडिविजुअल नर्व सेल मे बी अप टू अ मीटर लॉन्ग. इट इज अप टू अ मीटर लॉन्ग. 1 मीटर का होता है. मेनी नर्व फाइबर्स बाउंड टुगेदर बाय कनेक्टिव टिश्यू मेक अप अ नर्व. Many nerve fibers which are joined together, they form a nerve. This is the drawing of a nervous tissue. This is the axon which we read. Nerve impulses allow us to move our muscles when we want to. Whenever we want, we can move our muscles, we can move our hand. The functional combination of nerve and muscle tissue is fundamental to most animals. This combination enables to move rapidly in response to stimuli. You know, if any deer is sensing danger, that is, it is approaching, it is seeing an approaching tiger or lion, then what will happen? It will start running. So this is the message which is given from the brain to the legs. It is transferred through this nervous tissue. So with this we have completed the chapter.